Hi everyone and welcome back. Thank you for tuning in and watching the video today. I am working on another layout. This is another layout for the Hip Kit Club crop, and this is a layout, actually a sketch. This is a layout based on a sketch by one of the design team members that was helping to host the crop on over the weekend. And so I'm starting with this. There's the picture of the sketch right there, and it has, you can't really see it too well in the video, but on the sketch there's triangle at the bottom, triangle at the top, so it's got the triangle on the base of the layout and then the extra embellishments. So I'm working with that photo there of my niece Madison, and so I'm working with the October Hip Kids Club for October. This is, like I said, my first kit that I've received from the club, and really enjoying it. And so I had this idea. What I would do for the triangles is to um, cut a slit in the paper and kind of fold it back and put a pattern paper behind it instead of layering paper on top. And so that's what I'm doing there. I'm cutting, just a straight slice onto the base of the cardstock and folding those back. And I was looking for my bone folder. I've misplaced it somewhere and can't find it, so just improvised with a ruler. But so I'm just flattening those flaps there, and I have to say, I have not scrapbooked an actual layout in probably over a year and a half until this weekend crop. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that because I do love creating, I love scrapbooking, but I've been just so, dove into project life, and that's kind of like consumed me, and that's pretty much what I was working on. I've been so busy that I just was trying to maintain as much as I could the project life week to week, and I just haven't had a lot of time for creating layouts, but I really missed it. And so, when I found the Hip Kids Club, I thought, I'm going to join, get back on track with doing layouts because I've missed creating those. So I'm kind of getting back in the groove, trying to find my groove again. After you haven't done it for a while, it seems like it's kind of hard to get back into the groove of it again. So this was a great jump start for me to try to just kind of get me going again with creating layouts. And so really enjoyed it. So I was able to get, I think, 8 different projects done over that weekend of the crop, which was totally almost like a miracle, I felt like, because I haven't done any in so long. So anyway, this was one of the videos, one of the layouts that I did, and really enjoyed it. Just a little bit of exploring a little bit of creativity there. It just kind of felt good to get some things out and just get to playing with paper again. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to do a coordinating color in that flap, and I'm sorry it's a little bit out of the screen there. Um, I'm working on positioning my camera a little bit better so I get all of that tabletop in there. The way my camera is positioned, it's up high, so I can't really see exactly what's in the camera. So I check it beforehand and see the frame that I have, and sometimes I kind of go out of that. So I'll have to work on getting that a little bit perfect, get a little bit more perfected there, so I don't go off camera. Anyway, so I'm going ahead and I've backed the triangular cutouts there with the pink paper, and then I was just going to work on some layering here on the photos, underneath the photo. And I'm kind of like not a real flat scrapbooker like the papers. I kind of like to have a little bit of dimension. So you'll see me a lot of times I will take the edges and kind of crumple them up or fold them up. I just like to have a little bit of dimension in most of my layers that I have on a page, just to provide a little bit of interest. So yeah, it was kind of a challenge, I'll be honest with you, the crop, because, and then especially I have to say with videoing the projects, I feel like I am much quicker. I think I'm kind of like pushed to get them done in a quicker amount of time. Where used to typically, I could take forever to do a layout because I just play with it, and then I try to perfect it, and I'm moving things around. And so doing it this way, especially with the videoing of with the camera, I feel just compelled to just get it done. And so I'm trying to get things applied, placed and applied quickly, which is really good for me because it pushes me to just commit. Sometimes you can play with things so long that you kind of it starts to look the same no matter how you put it. And so I just was finally getting able to just place it and then just start adhering and gluing everything down. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm just Now, finding some elements, I've used a lot of the Maggie Holmes open book ephemera pack that came with the kit. I've used a lot of that on my layout. I've just about killed that kit, that October kit. So um, trying to just here playing with some pieces and finding some things that I can use to layer and keeping with that same color scheme. And I love that ephemera pack. And you can't really see the sketch because it's off the camera, but it did have like a round circle embellishment or placement on the sketch, and so I was trying to find something and stick with the sketch as close as I could, but yet, trying to add a few things. And the M was perfect. I love that gold M because her name is Madison, so I thought that'll go great on that page, so I selected that. And so now I've got everything placed, and now I'm just trying to get it all adhered down and put back the way that I had it. So my ATG gun was running out, and I didn't want to take the time to stop and refill it on camera. So and now I wanted to do a little bit of an effect here with some paint, and I love this splatter effect that I'm going to be doing. And I think this is where one of these where I stab my finger with the scissors. So, but I love this splatter effect done with the distress paints. And like I said, I haven't done anything for so long. I was trying to make sure that they are still wet, and coming through on the sponge part because it's been a while since I've used any of these products. These are actually new. I still had the wrappers on these. These have never been used, but I was trying to find some color to match some color here. So that's what I'm doing to make sure that they're wet and running, and then also to match the color and find the color that I want to get. And so what you do is you take this paint dabber. You can use a distress any type of paint dabber that has the sponge on top, and then I just make sure the paint's flowing, and you just take water and just dab water on it with a brush. And I hope this isn't off camera for you. I'm sorry, the paper's a little bit off camera. And then you just kind of like just punch it onto the paper, and it creates that splatter effect. And I just love that effect. I really like the way that that looks. It gives those like this. You can see the color just shooting out from that splatter effect. So it's a fun technique. You might want to try it if you're maybe not used to mixed media or not used to really doing. It's a great place to start because it's easy to do, and it doesn't cover a lot of area on your paper. And here I was just trying to add a few more colors to kind of add a different layer of color to that. And so I think I end up covering up some of those anyway with the photo. So just trying to speed it up with my heat gun. I was pretty happy with the way this turned out. Like I said, it's been a while since I've scrapbooked, so sometimes I think it's easy to feel like you kind of lose your. I kind of felt like I maybe lost my style, or trying to kind of rediscover that again because it's been so long, and I haven't kept up with a lot of the techniques, even though I'm a YouTube junkie and I watch a lot of videos. As far as like doing layouts, I just haven't done layouts in so long. Everything's been more project life driven for me, which is just, throw things in pockets. Um, so I'm kind of like just kind of feeling my way out as I go, it seems like, and just trying to rediscover some new techniques and kind of um, finding my groove again as far as creating. So it was a good experience for me the weekend. I'm really glad I participated in that crop because it forced me to get a lot of things done, like I said before. And whether I'm totally happy with all of them, which I can't say I'm completely thrilled with all of them and the way they turned out, but they're done. And so I kind of move on. I don't go and redo. That's what it is, and I'll move on. Now, this one I was actually pretty happy with the way this one turned out. I love I think it's the color, one thing that I really enjoyed about it. I love the color. And that, pink and the coral and the green. I just love the mixture of the color. And so here I am again digging into that ephemera pack, trying to just find a few finishing touches that I can add to it. I love the layering effect and just having little things peeking out here and there. It's a great aspect of the layout that I love, and so that's what I was trying to do, is just find little pieces to layer. And there was another M. I thought maybe I'll use that, but then I decided not to. That's my little niece Maddie. She's 4, and she is. I titled this page "Little Diva" because that is exactly what she is. I mean, she is just so funny, and she loves to dress up. She loves fashion. She loves jewelry, everything. She's so funny, and I love all my nieces and nephews. I have some great kids, and I just love them to pieces. So they are the subjects of many of my layouts. And here I'm using my trusty glue gun again. Like I said, I love my glue gun. It's just so quick, and everything just sticks so well. Never have any problems with anything coming up. So I'm always using my glue gun for almost everything on my layout. And what I like too is sometimes on the glue gun, it'll even give a little bit dimension. It'll even raise things a little bit, so they're not, like I said, I don't like things just completely flat. I don't like a lot of bulk, but I like a little bit of texture. And so I do like the glue gun, because even the glue gun on the back will kind of give it more, a little bit of a raised effect if you use enough of it. So, and here I am, I'm just going through some twine, and I'm going to add some twine to that tag up there at the top. I think I have more twine than I can ever use in a lifetime. I have those big rolls. I was on the design team for the Twinery a couple years ago, and they were so generous and just gave us those big rolls in every color. And I have a big rack in my scrap room with those rolls on it. I don't think I'll ever have a need for twine ever again, because I have so much twine. So that was really nice. I'm really enjoying that. I love the Twinery twine. They have some really great colors, and it's really nice twine. So, and here I am again, going through that ephemera pack and finding little pieces. I was trying to decide if I wanted to put something up in that corner, and I thought, no, I think I'll leave it as is, just adding a few little enamel dots to the layout, just to add a little bit of color. I added a little bit on the flaps there, on those triangles. And I still have to add the title, I think is what I have going on next. I don't know about you, but sometimes I struggle with when is enough is enough. Um, I'll keep adding and adding and adding, and sometimes it works. Sometimes it's like, okay, I went too far on that. It's kind of like a fine line between, what's enough and when you need more. So, um, I kind of look and try to decide, do I need more, or do I need to just, sometimes I need to just say that's enough, and not cross the line of too much. And so that is a constant struggle for me, because I'm not a white space scrapper. I see layouts where people do these little tiny squares of pictures and embellishments, and while they look fabulous, I just cannot do it. I don't know why. I just cannot make that happen on my layouts. It just doesn't work for me. So I keep layering, I keep adding, I keep, working with it, and sometimes I wish I could just get by with just a little bit and be done, but that's not me, I guess. So I'm struggling trying to add. I really wanted to add that little pink heart embellishment, and I kept cutting it down, trying to get it to fit, but then I would tuck it in too far and couldn't see the heart, which was really irritating me. But then I didn't like that edge the way it came out past the other background paper. So there again, I added a little circle to kind of just fill that in, so it wasn't just, a blank edge hanging there. That was really bothering me. So tuck that in there. And I think I'm ready to do the title, if I remember right. I think I have everything else done on that page. Just adding my date stamp. I got to add the date stamp on there all the time. I think I was trying to decide if I should stamp it again, and I think I just decided just the one was enough. I'm getting those glue strings off there. I do love those gold thickers. They are just so pretty, and um, I didn't end up using them because I was just going to use these thickers, which I love too. I love the size of them. I love how skinny they are. There are a ton of alphas on there, and I love because you can fit a title in such a small space because they're so skinny. So those are really a favorite of mine. And then I decided to use some of these Teresa Collins letters and just put those right in front. And that wraps up my title, Little Diva. And there's a few close-ups. And again, thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I'll be back and see you again soon. Thank you.